Hello and welcome to this channel where I talk about trading in the crypto market. I am going to show you guys how I enter these trades, what I look for before entering the trades, and most importantly, some of the rules that I never break.
Today looking at BTC. So of course from here at some point we are gonna expect a rejection, or even if a small term range plays out, right? So I think we need to look for possible supply, but then the thing with that, the fact that it's already in of its own at its peak, I don't think there's a possibility of a high chance supply zone. Oh, but maybe somewhere here on the 4-hour chart we can see some. Hold on. Yeah, right here. Definitely somewhere here. Yeah, so right here, as you can see, there's the possibility of a couple of supply zones here. And somewhere here. Although the thing with these, they coincide and have tapped some sort. Therefore, so we'll drag them out to see what has been tapped. The point of drawing a supply zone, because at some point we have to expect a rejection of some sort, and therefore predict as much as possible where we think price moving. But as you can see in this position right here is where all three supply zones coincide. Hence I am looking for price maybe somewhere here, even if it goes here, and then I'll maybe expect a little range drop, and maybe from here range trade, then maybe another spike up, because as we know, it is still in a crazy bullish trend. So from here, maybe around these parts, I am expecting to enter a little bit of a short here, and with a classic 1 to 1.5 stop loss somewhere there, maybe somewhere here. This is what I'm looking at for short term, definitely. And then of course, maybe as you can see, my 1.5 is here, and there's maybe a small demand zone here that might form, where we will expect price to bounce back from once it goes down, or maybe somewhere down here we can expect a little bit of a demand zone. Yeah, that's what I see happening, because I mean, as you can tell, it is bullish on the long term, which is why we're looking for short term corrections. But at the same time, if price goes down even halfway, and I do believe, or something I would definitely do, is put in more positions, because I still am in some of my positions that I entered early on. But right now, let's say it goes down, and I plan to enter with the bigger position, which I will then ride up. Because even if price does go down here, in the long term, we do see it going up. So even if it's somewhere here, or even up here, because let's say BTC comes down all the way down, even here. Long term, we still see it bullish, because this is still one big ass trend line. So even if price goes down till here, I'll keep adding positions, because in the long term, we still see it going all the way flying up. But from here going down is just a little bit of a high leverage risk trade that I do once in a while, which is definitely, what I am seeing and expecting to happen in these parts. So this is where 3 demand zones coincide around this area. This is where I plan to enter. So with Ethereum, as you can see, Ethereum is just going crazy right now. Although we are looking at the 4-hour, let's move on to the hourly chart. So as you can see, price did play out in the range, and then it just broke out right there. So instead of that, it went all the way up here, all the way up. So what can we see here? So the fact that I traded in a range and there's just too big of a certain spike going up, I definitely think we should be having some sort of rejection once again. Which is why let's go back to the 4 hour and look at where is price peak. So you can see price right now is in this part, right? So maybe we can expect some rejection in this big supply zone. But the thing is, yes, as usual, it's too big of a zone. So we do need to narrow it down. Which is why we can zoom in this area and go down to the hourly. Yeah, somewhere here. So from here, we are to narrow it down, maybe say, right here, see, this is one big red candle, which is already narrowed down. So we can look at entries and stop loss within this demand zone instead, a supply zone instead. Keep in mind that I do trade supply and demand mainly because I look at trend. So it's just possibly one of the more traditional ways, but it has been working out for me. And like how I tell everyone, it's very important to stick to one bias, because that's what helps us long term, and depends on the. I do have this preset TA that helps me tell the trend lines, which I do use once in a while. It's the higher high, higher low TA. So with this, as you can see, we can hopefully expect a rejection here with stop loss right there with a 1:1, which is a 1.5 ratio right there. So with this, of course, we're expecting maybe a little bit of a range or whatever, but then from here, we are expecting price to maybe hopefully go down at least this much, or maybe even a little bit more where it trades in a range. Then right after that, it goes down and it shoots back up. Because at the long term, as we know, it's always bullish so far. I mean, we can even let's say this is, or not even that one, but this one here can be one box right there where it breaks out and comes back in. And since it came back in, it's all the way up, all the way. So now here and here, we do need maybe price expectancy to come down, maybe test this zone, which is the most ideal situation. But yeah, this is what I have as well for ETH. I do feel like it's almost no point to do any TA for the rest of these coins, because I feel like at the end of the day they just follow ETH and BTC. So I hope you guys have definitely learned something from that. Yes, and with that being said, I don't think there's anything more that I have to mention. But with BTC, by the way, just keep in mind, actually with almost everything that you're trading, we are still bullish on the long term, on the higher time frame. So at the end of the day, yes, we can look for shorts and maybe short-term long, short-term shorts in the short term because of how it may trade in the range. But other than that, I don't think you guys should risk it and just long-term swing the whole ride up. It's not too late. Maybe we can look for a little bit of a rejection down and then put in more positions to go up. That's what I recommend. But at the end of the day, it is not financial advice, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will end this video here.